This is a cover to my book, basically, that I haven't printed yet. If you search for Pablo Escobar or Carlos Letter in Lakeland Ledger, there's no articles about Pablo Escobar or Carlos Letter Island in Lakeland Ledger. Now, basically, these are 3 letters from doctors saying I'm fine. I was supposed to turn those in to my judge when she'd had me get an assessment by the same lady that said I had to go to a mental hospital for 6 months, forced on medication. And Pablo Escobar's brother went to my military school, 35 Common Friends. Looks exactly like Pablo Escobar's son. Definitely Pablo Escobar's brother. I think Pablo went to my military school, I'm not sure. Anyways, basically, so that's the LAPD family. I did meth to get rid of COVID. This is a leaked document who made COVID. It's on my photographs, my uploaded photos. That's me with COVID. And I remembered meth gets rid of COVID, meth gets rid of COVID. And I remembered something, and I tried to make a video for 10 hours. I'm not going to say what I remembered. This video is about this. Anyways, this is the assessment that sent me to a mental hospital on doctor's opinion. And basically, which is illegal. And basically, when I got to the mental hospital, they said, I get it. I told them my spy story for 45 minutes. This assessment is total fraudulent. You can read it. I'm not going to. Read it out loud. It's negative shit. Now, what happened is, so read this. Anyways. You can just screenshot this. I'm going to have the screenshots, photographs of this, so you can screenshot it, read it better. Screenshot that, read it better. So basically, this right here proves that if you Google Pablo Escobar, there's no articles in Lakeland Ledger. If you Google Pablo Escobar articles in Lakeland Ledger newspaper, there's none. And if you Google Carlos Letter articles in Lakeland Ledger newspaper, there's none. Basically, the Republican Party wants to bomb the cartels. That's what I told. If you Google the Republican Party wants to bomb the cartels, there's a lot of she did a background check. I did 3 years. I took 3 years criminal justice classes in college. I went to 5 colleges, and so basically. So anyway, here we go. So anyways, the freaking special forces train the cartels, top tier of the cartels. So you can read that and YouTube that. And so anyways, this is Carlos Letter. This is the main Carlos Letter right here. DEA in the 90s, politician now. Basically all these different Carlos Letters. So if you read what the assessment said, I didn't say that. So basically, I called up Rusty Franklin's office. His wife is his secretary. My mom did Rusty Franklin's wife's bridal shower. So they're friends. So Rusty, I asked my mom, do you really trust Rusty? She definitely. Me and a friend did his wife's bridal shower. He only charged $2,500 to represent you. So anyways, so I made an appointment with Rusty and let him know that, I don't think he knew that the freaking charge got changed from a fake bomb threat to a written threat to kill or injure. Look at all those different Carlos Letters. And so if you Google the Republican Party wants to bomb the cartels, all these different articles about the Republican Party wants to bomb the cartels, and then no articles about Carlos Letter in Lakeland Ledger. There's me with the freaking LAPD family. That's the dad. That's all the sons. All at the LAPD. Los Angeles Police Department. This proves that he's in a spy program. You can read that. Basically, 3 different Carlos letters there. 4 different Carlos letters. Anyways, Pablo Escobar. No articles about Pablo Escobar or Carlos letter in Lakeland Ledger. So basically, this article came out right here. This article came out right here in this 2017. This worried Pablo Escobar so much that if you Google Pablo Escobar buying missiles for El Salvador, if you Google freaking Pablo Escobar's son, Lenny Robert Escobar, Little Bear, raised $10 million to impeach Trump. Many articles about Lenny Robert Escobar raising $10 million to impeach Trump because of this one article. The Vatican is the CIA. So that being said, so that didn't work. So they tried twice. They got paid for it. That didn't work. So Brad Pitt endorsed Biden. That told the DEA spies and CIA spies with drug money that goes into the stock market as donations, churches. Google freaking Obama and the Pope. And then the Pope didn't look very happy. Anyways, the Pope made a video. It's on TikTok. His last confession, apologizing to the world that he taught false doctrine. And he says that the churches teach false doctrine. So anyway, so basically because of this article, Lenny Robert Escobar raised $10 million to impeach Trump. That told the politicians to impeach Trump. They'd get paid. And that also told the CIA and Vatican not to assassinate Trump because Pablo Escobar would get him out of there. That didn't work, so Brad Pitt endorsed Biden. And then those 3 things told the DEA spies and CIA spies to make sure Biden won. It's 50-50 every election with 50-50 every election with voter fraud paid for with drug money that goes in the stock market as donations, churches. This proves I had no memories. You can read that. I had no memories of my life. And then basically, she died on my mom's birthday after my dad's funeral. I just had this picture here and this picture here. I was posting it over and over. Who made the video? There's a video of her getting shot in a shootout with Mexican police. Who had the body cams? The Mexican police were wearing body cams. Juan Pablo made the movie. Who's Juan Pablo? He's Juan Pablo. Made the movie of her getting shot. And there's 3 of her right there. She died on my mom's birthday after my dad's funeral. But she's in college, Central Florida. I asked my mom to go visit her. 3 times she did not want to. Anyways, and all the Space Shuttle Challenger people are still alive. So that's it for now. We're gonna add to this video. This is well, let's read this. Let's read this assessment. The following is an updated history only. For all psychological history, please see previous report. Mr. Campagnon, was considered a poor historian. He was difficult to communicate with, clearly delusional, and exhibited pressured speech as well as libel mood. He immediately launched into expressing frustration with his attorney. Upon entering the room, he exclaimed, "I told him to Google Carlos letter. It's Italian mafia stuff. He's my dad's brother, the partner of Pablo Escobar. They looked exactly like me. There's no way we're not related. There's records of me at the DEA. It all comes back to Lakeland Ledger." He showed the examiner a picture on his phone indicating that it showed a face and a finger, which was a sign, and he was frustrated, and the examiner did not understand. He stated, "The Republican Party wants to attack the cartels. The cartels are the police. You know the people from the Challenger? They're still alive, right? We faked their deaths. The they're thinking about sending missiles into the cartels. I never said that. I said the Republican Party wants to bomb the cartels. And basically, I never talked to Rusty Franklin about Carlos Letter. I freaking, I called up Rusty's office and I asked Rusty's wife to take down a few notes, and I asked her to Google Carlos Letter, click images, see how many different ones there were. Then I told her the name of the politician in the DEA that freaking the main Carlos Letter was, because he's a politician now. Not going to say his name, but he was DEA in the 90s. And then so she got the story wrong and she wrote it on the assessment. Now Rusty Franklin wanted me to get an assessment because I called his office and asked his wife to freaking have her ask Rusty to Google Carlos Letter, click images, check, research him for 5 minutes so I could come in and ask him, so I could come in and talk to him about a book that I'm writing because he's a family friend. Well, he had me reevaluated. He never called me back. Called my mom, told her that he wanted me reevaluated. And then in court, he freaking yelled at me in court and said I needed to be reevaluated. Then after I got this evaluation, he didn't even read it, because if he read it, he would have realized it's totally fake, because this right here, the main thing about Carlos Letter, I never talked to him about Carlos Letter. I asked his wife so this is totally fraudulent. Now this assessment, after she freaking wrote it, I emailed her all research proof, proving every single thing, every single thing. She said that, he said the Vatican's involved. Drug money goes into the stock market as donations to churches, Vatican CIA Democrat, Bush Sr. bought Merrill Lynch in 1978 to launder drug money, like the Vatican CIA Democrat did with the freaking opium trade, but basically with Pablo Escobar and freaking Merrill Lynch. Anyways, in other churches and DEA spies. So basically, yeah. Thanks for listening. Anyways, this is fraudulent because I sent her research proof proving everything she said was freaking, was wrong. And basically, so I'm going to screenshot these pictures. You can screenshot, the photographs, and then so you can read these, and the police report. Police report's so fraudulent that they changed it to a written threat to kill or injure, and from a fake bomb threat, and then they changed the charge because this is a lie. And this is freaking fraudulent, because what makes it fraudulent is she made a mistake on everything because she's from Canada and she's a psychologist, not a psychiatrist. And then freaking said I needed to go to a mental hospital, forced on medication. Then I emailed her all this research proof, proving her wrong on every single thing. And she should have read it and been obligated, because we paid her for the first assessment, second assessment, and third assessment. And basically, and she should have at least checked my emails, but she didn't, because she would have been obligated to freaking tell the freaking judge she made a mistake. And I got locked up for a year because of her, because of my judge, because of my lawyer, ineffective, inadequate counsel. Anyways, basically, and I'm still going through it with Polk County. Anyways, thanks for listening.
Theory for you today. And I'm just going to start out by saying it's a lot easier to control the masses and control the narrative around something through emotional manipulation. So you'll notice if something is considered a tragedy, it's like totally taboo to ask questions about it. Case closed. That's it. So if there's people in the comments that have a problem with this or are calling me insensitive for talking about this, that's fine, because if it's true, that's the desired outcome. Anyways, this is the crew of the 1986 Challenger space shuttle mission. Infamously, on January 28, 1986, the space shuttle exploded right after takeoff. The disaster was broadcast on live television to 40 million viewers. Two men, Bob Eberling and Roger Boisjoli, worked tirelessly to warn NASA about an issue with the shuttle's O-rings, making calls and warning anyone that would listen, going all the way back to October the prior year. They warned that if these O-rings were used on a launch on a day that was below 40 degrees Fahrenheit, that there would be a catastrophe. But of course, no one listened, which automatically kind of makes me think they wanted the catastrophe to happen. Roughly 80 seconds after the launch, the shuttle exploded and all